From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Game Day. Presented by Tax Act. File for less and get more.
Well, welcome into BBN Game Day. I'm Keith Farmer.
And I'm Christy Thomas. And we know this weekend isn't the weekend Kentucky fans were expecting. I should have brought my tissues out here, actually, but we're going to get through it together.
Yeah, we have to talk about it. Kentucky lost to St. Peter's in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
The women's team has their shot, though, at a postseason win coming up later this afternoon. So we'll preview that in a few minutes. So what I'm saying is we're putting all of our basketball effort into the women now, all right?
Yes,
some good things could happen there. But let's get started with what happened on Thursday night. We've had a few days to process it, and it's still really, I don't know, Keith, it doesn't feel real. A first-round loss for the first time since 2008 when the Cats lost to Marquette. I remember that very vividly. And just the fourth time in the last 40 years we'll all mourn together. As a 2-seed playing a 15, Kentucky never really looked like the dominant team in this one. It took almost 4 minutes for the Cats to get their first field goal of the night, and they never got in rhythm from there on. On defense, the Cats let the Peacocks shoot 51% from the floor, 53% from deep, and score 85 points. St. Peter's guard Daryl Banks III absolutely killed Kentucky, 27 points, 5 3-pointers, while the Cats really struggled from behind the arc.
Yeah, Ty Washington, Kellen Grady, and Davion Mintz each hit 1 3-pointer apiece for a combined 3 for 12 from deep. And as a team, the Cats went 1 for 6 from the free throw line in overtime. Oscar Tshiebwe doubled over on the court, overcome with emotion as the final buzzer sounded. And John Calipari was also visibly crushed after the game. Here's how he started his press conference.
Sad day, not just we lose a game, it's that this season ended with this group and how much joy they brought to me and our staff. And I'll just say one thing. You have an 8-point lead, and I'm a guy that's been through a lot of these. You have an 8-point lead with 3 minutes to go, you win the game. So I really don't need to know, well, this guy did that and that guy did this and missed this and turned. We had an 8-point lead with 3-some to go. I'm not taking away from St. Peter's. They deserve to win the game. They fought the entire time. But that's how I feel about it. That, you know, these guys put us in a position to win the game. Let's finish it off.
The players were obviously crushed as well, including Kellen Grady, who we know spent some time during the regular season as one of the country's most effective three-point shooters, but then hit a slump that wasn't able to escape down the stretch. He took full accountability after the game.
If I bang a couple and I was myself the last couple games, we probably would have won them. You know, I'm not trying to escape that accountability. I shot like crap again tonight, so it's unfortunate. If I could pinpoint it exactly, I wouldn't have shot like crap.
Kellen does so much for us. Beyond him just shooting the ball, like we have a lot of guys that can make shots, and none of us really made shots. So I don't think that's something that you can put on him. He works extremely hard every single day. Like it's just tonight they didn't go, but even beyond him and the rest of us not making shots, there was just some plays that we didn't make that cost us the game. Even if none of us made any shots, there were still plays that defensively or just execution-wise that we weren't great on that cost us.
Yeah, and I got to point this out because this shows you what this team was like this season. That Brooks comment, it was totally unprompted, Christy. He was not asked about it. He was not said, hey, chip in on this. No, he just wanted to weigh in himself and stand up for his teammate.
Really crushing to see those kids take that on and take that on. But it's heartbreaking. And maybe the saddest part about all of this really is Oscar Tshiebwe had one of the best games of his life, Keith. And of course, it's being completely overshadowed by the loss. The Big O had 30 points, 16 rebounds. He's the first Wildcat in program history to have a stat line like that in the NCAA tournament. It was his 28th double-double, 16th in a row, and he had 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 2 assists.
He also passed the 1,000 point mark in his career. Oscar's now at 1,023 total points from his time at Kentucky and West Virginia combined. But in just one season with the Wildcats, Oscar had 590 total points, 515 total rebounds. That averages out to 17 and 15 per game, plus 60 steals and 55 blocks. Christy, he said after the game he hasn't made a decision yet about his plans for next year, but either way, doesn't he go down as one of BBN's all-time favorites?
Oh, no question. I think he has made an impact on BBN, and not just with basketball. I think for lots of reasons. So we'll see we wish him well if he goes. We'd love to see him stay. So, all right, we'll take a deep breath, Keith. We got through it.
Yeah, time to move forward, though, because it's the women's tournament as well, and we're previewing Kentucky and Princeton. Hear from Kyra Elsie and Ryan Howard next.
BBN Game Day, sponsored by Coca-Cola, Hunt Brothers Pizza, Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, Kentucky Select Chevy Dealers, Kroger, Lexington Opera House, Papa John's, Shelter Insurance, and Specialty Foods Group.
This can't be right.
Trouble with your taxes? You know, filing your taxes doesn't have to be complicated. With Tax Act, filing is simple. Incoming! Switch to Tax Act and start for free.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Hunt Brothers Pizza has been proudly serving communities across America for over 25 years. Choose from Hunt Brothers Pizza's original crust or thin crust. Then customize your pizza with any of our 10 toppings to choose from at no extra charge. With that many options, there's sure to be a topping combination for everyone to enjoy a Hunt Brothers Pizza. Download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app to find one of our 7,500 locations inside a convenience store near you.
Miscellaneous expenses.
Tax worries. With Tax Act, you file for less and get your maximum refund. You're gonna need this. Oh, other way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Switch to Tax Act and start for free.
You're watching BBN Game Day, presented by Tax Act. File for less and get more.
All right, welcome back to BBN Game Day. If you're sitting there thinking you're too sad to watch the rest of March Madness, well, we'd understand.
Yeah, but it's not the same, really. But we're going to make an exception for the women's tournament. And I said it earlier, we're all in because
Yes.
Kyra Elsie's Cats are still riding their 10-game winning streak and looking to keep things going this afternoon. It'll be a 6 seed, that's Kentucky, versus the 11 seed Princeton in the first round. They tip off at 4 o'clock on ESPN. The Cats have played Princeton before, back in 2019 in the first round of the NCAA tournament. We got the win. Obviously, a lot of turnover since then, but at least a little familiarity for the Cats. Ryan Howard had 15 points in that last matchup. The Tigers are the champions of the Ivy League. They're 24-4 on the season, and all of their losses came in the non-conference portion of their schedule, and they're known for their defensive prowess. Here's Coach Elsie on the matchup.
They are a great team, well coached. What they do defensively, they're switching. They keep you in front of them, solid one-on-one. And they're forcing 19 turnovers per game, which is a lot of turnovers. So, you know, we have to take care of the ball, offensive movement, player movement, ball movement, and we have to find the mismatch inside when they are switching. But our job is to tack offensively. We cannot play on our heels.
Well, that's exactly right, and this Princeton team plays very, very disciplined.
Yeah, taking care of the ball.
That's right.
And getting this team running up and down the court, which we
Yes.
said we like seeing because that's when they're playing at their best.
You got it.
All right, if the women can get the win over Princeton, then the rest of the bracket looks like this. The BBN has to be pulling for Charlotte, right, over Indiana. That would set up a second-round game against former Wildcats Kiki McKinney and Cameron Roach, who both transferred during the offseason. McKinney, a grad transfer, was named the Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year this season. Ryan and Dre in the pregame presser said they'd love to play against their former teammates.
Wouldn't they, though? That would be very interesting. But if it's Indiana, it would be an opportunity for some payback. The Hoosiers handed the Cats an 88-77 loss in Bloomington during the regular season. The top seed in the region is NC State, one of the favorites to win the whole thing. And then there's perennial power UConn. This is no big surprise that Kentucky would be in that bracket with Connecticut. They're a 2 seed. This is certainly not an easy bracket to come out of, but I don't think it's anything that's insurmountable, especially based off what they've done in the SEC tournament. They can get this done.
Totally agree with that. All right, but to be fair, the Cats are playing as good as anyone in the country in March. Just ask the top overall seed, South Carolina. It's a 13-day gap, though, between Kentucky's SEC championship win and their matchup this afternoon. But the Cats aren't worried about losing momentum.
You know, this team is playing with a lot of confidence. Obviously, we had great success at the SEC tournament, but we told them that moment is over and a new season begins now. And we have to refocus ourselves. I thought we had great practices, very intense, but our players are on a mission. This is what you play for. March Madness to get here, so they're looking forward to the opportunity.
We're looking forward to getting back on the court. You know, it did feel great to win that, but we've come down from that now. We're ready to keep it rolling.
Yeah, exactly what she said. We're ready to go out there and, you know, have fun, play the game that we want to play, and we're going to go out there and do what we got to do.
Anytime you play against the Cats, you spend a lot of time scouting Ryan Howard. Here's Princeton's head coach on what she's seen from the Kentucky All-American.
She's a complete player for sure. Really can score at all three levels. I think the big thing about Kentucky is that they don't just have Ryan Howard either. So they've got a great group around her. But yeah, I mean, she's going to be tough. She's going to get her shots. You try to limit her touches, but they certainly run a lot of good stuff for her and for Edwards and. Yeah, I mean it's going to be a great challenge, but we've faced some really good players during our season in our non-conference, like Kirsten Bell from Florida Gulf Coast, Jasmine Dickey from Delaware. So players that can put up a lot of points. So I think our scheduling can really benefit us for this game and facing just an awesome player like Howard.
Good luck in limiting those touches.
Exactly. You heard her mention it. It's not only Ryan Howard anymore. The key to Kentucky's late season success has been the rest of the team stepping up around Howard. Dre'Ana Edwards has really been incredible, scoring and defending. Robin Benton has knocked down a ton of big shots. Treasure Hunt had a big game in the SEC tournament. And freshman guard Jada Walker, boy, she's really come into her own. It's been a team effort.
It hasn't been about me taking over the game in the past couple of months. Like you said, we've been having fun, and it's really been, letting other people shine and step up and play how they want to play and be confident in themselves. With Dre stepping up, like you said, I'm always looking to get her the ball, looking to get her going early because, nobody can stop her down there or anywhere.
I would say, I feel like our team in general, everybody can do something, so the focus doesn't have to be on Ryan. It could be on me, or it could be on Robin, or it could be on Treasure, it could be on Jazz. We have a lot of other players that can score and do things on the court as well. So the focus doesn't have to be on her all the time, and it allows us all to, keep our confidence and everybody just play poise and have fun together.
It's really interesting to watch this team, I think, come together. They really have all come together. Lots of good things happening, and Ryan Howard is an excellent passer. Sometimes that gets really overlooked. So she can pass the ball really well. So when she talks about trying to find her teammates, she does that better than anybody in the country.
I think Dre'Ana Edwards is the one that's really raised her game and helped lift this team, you know, and Robin Benton being back and healthy helps too.
Yeah, no question.
Of course, in their pregame press conference, the Cats were asked about the men's team's early exit, and they're just as disappointed as all of us, but Dre and Ryan are here to win.
We're definitely, devastated about it. We wanted them to win, but, we got to focus on ourselves, and we're here to win, so that's what we're focused on. We're locked in, and we're ready.
What she said, both of us can't lose in the first round, so, we got to hold it down.
That's what I'm saying. Both of us can't lose in the first round. So, we got your back, girls. All right, we're all behind you. Remember, tip-off is at 4 o'clock on ESPN, or you can listen to Darren Hedrick's call on the UK Sports Network radio affiliates. If you're in Bloomington, you can meet up with other Cats fans at the Graduate Hotel. They'll be there at 1:45, and there's the address. It's free. The UK band and cheer team will be there as well, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, still ahead, we have the latest on some more Wildcats, including some hardware for the Kentucky track and field teams. You're watching BBN Game Day.
No one knows better than me that car crashes happen. But what I don't understand are the injuries and the deaths that are 100% preventable. Like the injuries caused by folks who will not buckle up their seatbelt, or crashes caused by folks who won't stop messing with their phone. Sometimes the drivers in those wrecks can't be saved. So please be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up, put the phone down.
At Kroger, we believe fresh is all about standards. That's why we do up to a 27-point inspection on our produce. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more, keeping only the best of the best on our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You're watching BBN Game Day, presented by TaxAct. File for less and get more.
Time for This Week for the Wildcats, brought to you by Toyota. The women's NCAA tourney game is today at 4, and here's what's coming up the rest of the weekend. The Kentucky softball team is opening SEC play against Alabama. The Cats are ranked 8th, the Tide ranked 3rd. This should be a great series taking place in Tuscaloosa. Today's game set for 3 o'clock and tomorrow's for 2:30. You can watch them both live on the SEC Network Plus, ESPN3, and the ESPN app.
The Batcats are also opening conference play this weekend and also taking on the number 3 team in the country in college baseball. That's the Arkansas Razorbacks. Tonight's game is set for 7:30, and they'll wrap up the series Sunday at 1. Those will both be on SEC Network Plus and the UK Sports Radio affiliates.
All right, the UK gymnastics team is competing for an SEC title this weekend. They're in Birmingham, Alabama for the conference championships. The Cats are one of the top 10 teams in the nation, but they entered this meet as the SEC's 5 seed. That's how strong this conference is. We talked with senior Anna Hagus about it earlier this week, though, and she said that it's actually a weapon for Kentucky. They want to use that 5 seed as motivation. You can watch it all unfold on the SEC Network starting at 3:30 this afternoon.
Sure, that should be exciting. Meanwhile, members of the Kentucky women's swimming and diving programs are competing for a national championship. It's been a successful stay in Atlanta so far. 3 Wildcats were named All-America Honorable Mentions on day 2. Today is the final day of the meet, and you can follow all of the results on UKathletics.com.
Track and field wrapped up their NCAA's indoor meet this week. It did very well. Abby Steiner, defender of her 200-meter national championship, breaking her own meet record in the process.
Unreal.
And leading the women's program to a school record 44 points and 3rd place as a team. That ties the best team finish at the competition in school history. UK men's team finished tied for 21st with 10 points.
Abby Steiner's fast, Keith.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
goodness. All right,
yeah.
and they've been racking up awards since then, too. 23 total All-America team selections from the men's and women's programs, including 3 first-team honors for Abby Steiner and 2 for Karima. Am I saying that right? Don't let me screw that up.
Karima.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Davis, Alexis Holmes, and Lance Lang. Here's the full list of the first and second team selections. Congrats to all these Wildcats.
And congrats to their coaches as well. Head coach Lonnie Green was named the Women's National Coach of the Year, and associate head coach Tim Hall earned the Assistant Coach of the Year. Steiner, no surprise here, the Women's Runner of the Year.
That's awesome. Well, the Kentucky Rifle team brought home another national championship trophy to Lexington this week.
Yeah, hear from the champions next on BBN Game Day.
A special thank you to our cornerstone partners, Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics, and Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Do 2 W-2s make a W-4?
Hi, I'm April. I know tax season can be a little messy. With TaxAct, you get your maximum refund. Switch to TaxAct and start for free.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
Using tax filing software. Smart. Know what's smarter? Using TaxAct. The one with the expertise to help you get more. Switch to TaxAct and start for free.
The Kentucky Rifle program went back-to-back thanks to their 2nd consecutive national title. They won the NCAA championships last weekend, and then they brought the trophy back to Lexington. Our Anna Tarullo caught up with them right after they landed at Bluegrass Airport.
How does it feel? Repeat as national champs.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, I think we were pretty confident coming in, but there's always that, wondering, and then to see it all come together was awesome.
I don't think that there's any doubt in anyone's mind that we had the ability to bring it home this year. It was definitely a match that we went into knowing we could have put our best foot forward and not come home with it. So knowing that we were able to go and perform the way we wanted to and still have the ability to bring this home and share it with Lexington is really amazing.
Coming and seeing all these people here, that's who we won the championship for.
Growing up in a small town, coming to a D1 college, especially here at Kentucky, BBN has been great support staff for us, especially over the last 3 years. It's great to see that the amount of people here who care about us and support us every single day.
Allie was the main one who carried it, and I am so proud of her for the way she handled that. Freshman, first NCAAs, and I know she could definitely feel it. Everybody was watching. She was one of the last shooters up there, so I think she definitely was feeling the pressure. She could see the scores, so I think she was like, oh no, what are we doing? And then she hammered those last 10 in there perfectly, and we were all just like, yes.
First NCAAs, and you were the clutch performer. How did you do it?
I mean, I didn't know that I was until I was done, and coaches went up to me after and they were like, you had 2 points, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I was like, I did it. It was insane. It was so fun, and so just not knowing is basically how I did it. Yeah.
Walk us through the end of the competition and how you sealed the deal.
Oh, I don't even know. I just kind of put whatever I needed to do, and I just did the rest of finishing my match, how Coach and I talked about all the season, just finish, and then that's what I did.
All right, Coach, 4th national championship, so that ties you with Adolph Rupp from Mosa UK. Did you know that?
I got a few text messages, but there's no comparison. He's the king. He is the king.
What has that meant to you to make such an impact on the program here?
I've just been blessed to have great athletes come through the program. And to be able to bring national championships back home to Kentucky, that's a reward all in itself. When you see the BBN show up, here at the airport, and other places. We were in Colorado Springs airport, and somebody saw the trophy, and they're like, hey, go Cats. So BBN is definitely everywhere. But it makes you so proud to be able to have the opportunity to do that.
It feels great. I think when I definitely came to Kentucky, the goal was to win multiple championships. So to actually have that done is a great feeling. And I'm going to take my 5th year, so hopefully we can do it for a 3rd time. But so far, yeah, it's been really great.
If you got Will coming back for a 5th year on camera, then I feel real good about it. There for a while when we didn't have a recruiting class because of COVID, it was like the team that never leaves. And obviously we'd love for this team to never leave because they're very successful. But if Will or Richard both come back, I think that would be phenomenal. I think that would put us in a really good position.
Next year I'd like to be in the finals and be a part of it again. I want to do this next year. I want it back to back to back. That would be even cooler.
Well, that's great stuff, and I'm about to initiate a social media push for a Harry Mullins statue to be erected somewhere on campus for the GOAT. He deserves it. All right, Will Shaner, Mary Tucker, and Richard Clark have earned All-America honors from the Collegiate Rifle Coaches Association. Shaner was also named the association's Senior of the Year, and Tucker was named the Most Valuable Shooter. All good stuff. Congratulations to the rifle team. We'll be right back.
Better ingredients, better pizza means that each bite of this slice right here is gonna just keep getting better. From the first bite to the spicy sausage bite to the string of melty cheese. And then bam! You got that crispy piece, the gooey piece, that sauce, that dip. And just when you're thinking this slice cannot get any better, you get to that epic stuffed crust that's hand-stuffed with cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, even better when it's stuffed.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
The sun shines bright, the corn tops ripe, and birds make music all the day. This is our old Kentucky home, a place where we take the time to create and enjoy life's sweetest pleasures, like the finest Kentucky bourbon, the most authentic bluegrass music, and the most heartwarming family meal times that feature the highest quality meats from Kentucky Legend. Serve your family the very best. Kentucky Legend, where food ought to come from.
You're watching BBN Game Day, presented by TaxAct. File for less and get more.
All right, Keith, as disappointed as we are about the men, I cannot emphasize enough that I want everybody watching the women today and cheering them on, because they can definitely make a run deep into this thing.
4 o'clock, ESPN2. Get behind them.
Yeah.
If you don't make the trip, right? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Watch them. They deserve it. Yeah, they do.
Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of BBN Game Day.
We'll see you again next week. Until then, go Big Blue.
BBN Game Day, sponsored by Coca-Cola, Hunt Brothers Pizza, Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, Kentucky Select Chevy Dealers, Kroger, Lexington Opera House, Papa John's, Shelter Insurance, and Specialty Foods Group.